Hello Chocks and Chockets, I'm McVitie's Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. This time we have the new Cranberry and Orange Jaffa Cakes. Yeah, so very nice. Orange and cranberries it says. The order matters. Yeah, so very excited about this one. I mean, bizarre really, there's been quite a few different kinds of Jaffa Cakes in recent months. And there was a raspberry one, a pineapple one, was it a lemon one? I don't think so. But pineapple and raspberry or strawberry, one or the other or both. An orange of course the default one, and they've done an orange and cranberry, which also... there's been a Terry's orange and cranberry bar as well, so I don't know what's going on with orange and cranberry at the moment. And orange generally, there's loads of orange stuff coming out at the moment. Toblerone orange, orange flavoured Cadbury fingers, I think, and yeah, white chocolate orange has come out as well for Terry's. All sorts going on really. Yeah, it's a bit crackers. White orange chocolate buttons, giant chocolate buttons. Yeah, so lots of stuff. But yeah, I guess Jaffa Cakes are normally orange anyway, so they've come out with the cranberry version. So very excited about this one. So yeah. Before I go on, I've done loads of reviews, almost 650 if not more. So in this corner there'll be a link to a playlist of all my reviews. So after you've enjoyed this one, which hopefully you will, like to subscribe of course, and please feel free to go watch the rest of them. That'd be really appreciated. And I've got a Patreon going as well, and a YouTube member program. So check those out. It'd be perfect if you could help support the channel that way as well. Really would be hugely appreciated. But check them out either way, and of course leave a comment or free as well. It's always lovely to hear from you. Okay. What's the review? Yeah, so yeah, very. I mean, it's very. I think the rest of the packaging, these sort of other flavours of Jaffa Cakes don't really quite go all out like this one. They just look like the normal ones, but like with, I don't know, red lettering or something like that for the raspberry flavoured version, or purple, or like a sort of yellowy green one for the pineapple one, I guess, or just yellow. But these ones, definitely very. Clearly, all this surround here made it look very different. So yeah, it doesn't say limited edition either. So this is new on it. So an interesting one. What's the description say? McVitie's Jaffa Cakes: light sponge cakes with dark crackly chocolate and an orange and cranberry flavoured centre. So there we go. So I keep saying this with all my Jaffa Cake reviews, where basically, yeah, back in the day, I think McVitie's. I think it used to be Jacob's Jaffa Cakes, I think. But anyway, McVitie's or Jacob's or both. We tried to, basically it was a tax in the UK, maybe in the world, I don't know, but on biscuits, but not on cakes. So they had to try and prove that they were a cake, not a biscuit. And they did that by basically saying, well, biscuits are soft, cakes go hard. And Jaffa Cakes, when left out, and Jaffa Cakes go hard. So there you go. So that's how you know the difference between a biscuit and a cake. There we go. Yeah, so what else have we got on here? So it's a bit, I mean, the fronts, I think 3 sides of this look quite nice. I think that looks quite nice. And then this one is upside down. This one's got some calorie information on, but looks the same. But then I think that's the top. And this one, there's nothing on this side. And then the bottom bit looks a bit plain as well. So I guess this one's just got the stuff on. I don't know, it seems like this one's a bit rubbish. It could be something on there, I think. I don't know, seems a bit disappointing. But the rest of it looks nice. The official description: 10 light sponge cakes with dark crackly chocolate and an orange and cranberry flavoured centre. Got the calories per 100 grams, 375 calories, 8.1 grams of fat, 4 of which are saturates. Per cake, 12.2 grams. Yeah, 46 calories. So yeah, that's about. I think it's probably about the same as a regular Jaffa Cake. I think I have about maybe 49. But well, I could be wrong. I'm assuming there's not much difference. I think there's 50 at most in them, so yeah, so very close calorie wise. So 46 calories, 1 gram of fat, 0.5 of which are saturates. Suitable for vegetarians. Typical number of cakes per pack, 10. Yeah, so very nice, very excited about these ones. As I say, join us at Facebook/Jaffa Cakes, or it says the Facebook symbol, so I'm assuming you type Facebook. Yeah, and it says there's 10 in there as well. Okay. Yeah, very excited, and of course new. So very excited about these ones. I think we should, give them an open. Let's do it. Let's give them an open. Okay, once again, these McVitie's Jaffa Cakes, orange and cranberry, or cranberry and orange. Orange and cranberry is the official way round. And open, so there's 10 of these in the pack, so yes, let's do it. Why not? Okay, there we go. There's the 10. Yes, there's 10. They come in a typical pack. I think some of the limited edition ones, or some of the others, came in like a darker plastic container or plastic wrapper in the back. I think I think the pineapple ones, or one of them, came in like was the appropriate colour, like red or green or yellow or whatever. Whereas these ones aren't, but it does say, it does have it on there, cranberry. Yeah, can you see that? There we go. So just so you know. Yes, so in the factory you can tell they are. So I mean there are some flourish issues here, I guess. I mean the packs on the inside, really, well the cakes themselves look to sort of measure around 10.5 centimetres. The box itself, so we've gone from 10.5. Yeah, the box itself is about 17. Yeah, 17 centimetres. So, which is a bit rubbish, isn't it? So we've got 10.5 to 17. So yeah, I think that's well, sorry, not 10.5, 12.5. Yeah, I might have made that up actually. 13, I think. 13 centimetres is the length of this pack. And this is 17.5, did we say? Yeah, so okay, so we lost 4.5 centimetres there. For which was around a third though, isn't it? So it's still a lot, to be honest with you, but yeah, let's see. Let's move these so it's going on a bit more. Yeah, so when you look at that space here on the end. Yeah, you see that alright? Maybe you can. I don't know how to keep moving it myself, don't I? Let's put it down. There you go. So you can see that's basically from where it starts. So you're missing all this and here. So at least 3 Jaffa cakes I think you could squeeze in more. Okay, so let's give it an open. So 3 and there's only 10. So yeah, it's a third. Okay, so here we go. So here's your Jaffa. There we go. It looks like all the others. On the outside anyway, so it's like this sort of UFO shape. Weird cakey bottom for Jaffa cakes. You don't see that sort of cake anywhere else other than on a Jaffa cake. It's very strange. It has a weird feel to it. Quite solid. Let's measure the width, the diameter. So about 5.2 centimetres, maybe 5.3. The height is roughly about 1.3. Let's give it a chop in half. Let's have filling's quite good. I'll just measure the filling dish. It's a bit rough this one, but it's about 3.5 centimetres in diameter. So you can see the little lump on the top is where the filling is, where the sort of jelly filling is. What does it actually describe it as? Light sponge cakes with a dark crackly chocolate and an orange and cranberry flavoured centre. So it doesn't really call it jelly or anything. Let's see. So there we go. So you can see that's one up against there. So it's very dark. You can see basically the chocolate doesn't give it any light. Separating quite well actually. See if we can separate it a bit. Okay. That's come away quite well. Yes, it has a sort of reddy tint to it. And you can see this bit here where the chocolate's gone away. You can see the colour there. This is just the jelly base. There's a bit of cake on the bottom, but I think hopefully you can see this bit here is slightly red, pinky, peachy colour I think you'd say. Well, it looks a bit redder on the camera I think from what I can see, but in the eye it's a bit more pink. But perhaps me in the background, that looks a bit darker, but it definitely looks a bit more peachy coloured. Yeah, okay, interesting. That's what the rest of it looks like. It's quite dry, all the rest of it. This is very dry. A weird consistency. Yeah, alright, well. Yeah, it's very, I don't know, not the best cake normally this, but it does seem to work to an extent with a Jaffa cake, so. There you go, quite hard this. Even in the middle, it's quite spongy in the middle I guess, but it's quite hard around the edge. It's like baked around the edge. You can see the difference between the middle and the bottom. Okay, well, I think we should give it a taste. Let's see what it's like. Let's do it. Okay, I want to give these McVitie's Jaffa Cakes Orange and Cranberry a taste. So yeah, very excited about these. Yeah, so get a brand new one from the pack. The one I dissected. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's give it a taste. Now in cranberry juice, I always find cranberry a bit dry. It sort of seems to suck the moisture from your mouth, and I think This one's a bit more like that. I've had sort of cranberry elsewhere. The Terry's chocolate orange sort of bar with cranberry. This one definitely does evoke the actual taste of cranberry a bit more. It definitely tastes a bit dry in places. It seems to, yeah. But not only that first time. It seems to be a bit more subtle since then. Because there's the old sort of full moon, half moon, total eclipse. Yeah, that's in the old days. The first bite I had did evoke sort of the taste of cranberry quite a lot from the cranberry juice I've had in the past, which I wasn't a keen fan of. It seems to sort of really suck the moisture from your mouth, as I say. I wasn't too keen on the taste of it. Quite tart and dry, even though it was a drink. When I've had the first bite of this, well, not this one in itself, of course, but one of them, it did seem to have that taste. It was quite dry and it seemed to, a bit sharp, and wasn't still nice, but it was, it reminded me why I wasn't a big fan of cranberry. But since then, I've not really tasted it. There's the orange. I mean, can't really taste. It just tastes different. It's nice though. It just tastes different. It's quite a nice taste. It's not awful or anything. It's just quite Let's taste on the cranberry on its own. I got this sort of bit of jelly from before when I was dissecting this a bit. So you can see I've got this bit here where I've taken the majority of the chocolate away. You can see what it looks like there. So that's a peach look to it. Sometimes I like it makes it look a bit more red than it really is. I mean, it just depends on. It looks like red there, I think, in the reflection, but it's not. So it's quite peachy. There is a bit of a sharper taste there. You've managed to isolate it long enough. I think you've normally swallowed it before you can really taste that sort of like the cranberry tang. And then the cake is quite dry on its own. They accompany each other quite well. The jelly does sort of give a bit of moisture to the cake, which is otherwise very dry. Yeah, if you eat the cake on its own, like I just did then, it's not good actually. But you never really do that. It seems to just work quite well. And the dark chocolate's nice, and it's quite crackly as well. If you sort of break the Jaffa cake, you'll see it sort of starts to break, crack. Yeah, so the cold Jaffa cake's really nice. It is really nice. I think the flavour's just a bit subtle, really. Can't really taste orange. I can't really taste sort of too much of anything that's different. It's not bad. I think the cranberry's there at times, but it's mostly just sort of a flavour, really, a sort of fruity flavour. I don't think it's distinctly one thing or another, really. And it's not bad though. It is nice. No negative side of it really, other than any negative you could say against Jaffa cake, maybe a regular one. But I just don't know. I just don't feel like it sort of really stands out. I think the flavour's just a bit too subtle. I don't know if that's just because it's got the orange in there as well. Maybe cranberry on its own would be too sharp, as I say. It's only when you isolate the jelly and allow it to sit on your tongue do you really get to taste it. You don't really do that normally when eating it. It's only when you do that you can really taste it. Even then, there's not a massive taste. It's just the taste is just a bit subtle. It's just not really one thing or another. Yeah, it's not unpleasant. It's just not really anything special. Unless they're nice. As I said, the usual thing, the sponge is quite dry and chocolate's quite nice as well. It works well together as a little package. I think for me though, it's just I think the flavours just never quite work in these other flavoured Jaffa cakes. They're okay. maybe the strawberry or raspberry one, or whichever one it was. I think it stands out a bit more. But I don't know. I think generally it just struggles to really pull through. I think maybe that was the pineapple one quite nice. None of them really stick with you, I think, is the gist of it. And the Jaffa cake's quite nice as it is. You don't really need to alter that recipe. I mean, I guess it's a novel thing just to get a novelty to get other flavours, but they don't really. I think you'll always probably just go back to the orange ones and just prefer the orange ones. That flavour combination and everything just works really well. And I think any other flavours just don't quite work as well. But they're nice to try, and they are a bit different. They're not unpleasant. They're just not. They just don't stand out, and the flavours are too subtle for whatever reason. And this one again, because it's cranberry and orange, you don't really get orange or cranberry. You just get some kind of something in between that's neither one thing or another, I think. So, if I'm going to say a 3 out of 5, really. Not unpleasant, nice to try, looks nice. The packaging is really good, but it's just not very memorable. You probably won't really be bothered if you try it again after trying it, but nonetheless, it's not unpleasant. So, just a 3 out of 5. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow on Twitter, Instagram as well, Patreon if you can, and the YouTube member programmers also if you can. It's all there. Discord channel as well in the comments. Please come there so you can chat with me at any time. We'll be there, and leave a comment to say, subscribe, all the other things, the usual stuff. Said it millions of times. I'm probably boring you to death with it. I'm sorry about this, but thank you so much. It's lovely of you to watch the video, and I look forward to the next one. See you next time. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye for now. See ya.